I just saw a lady get tasered for trying to snatch a woman's face mask to give to her child. I argued with my husband whether or not to post this because I'm pretty sure this will make the local news and I didn't want to burn this account just yet. But he won OPS, so here we are. Prepare yourself. This story has layers. We were at the dreaded big box store picking up potting soil because we were going to DIY ourselves to the isolation. Things aren't crazy here yet, but there is a 2 per customer limit on a majority of items. I assume this means everything, so we're getting 2 bags of each of a few different types of soil. My husband is loading the last of 8 bags on our cart when I hear her. I know it's Karen just by the level of unnecessary outrage in her voice. Are you kidding me? The Karen says. Not a lot of people were here in the garden center, but we all looked to her. I was almost disappointed to see she didn't come out with the requisite haircut. She actually looked like a frazzled mom, her kid tugging on her hand, and an overfull handbasket of groceries. And I had a moment of, girl, I feel you. But damn it, she was pointing at us. Karen, you can't buy that many. You are hoarding. My husband, yeah, we can. We're getting 2 each. Karen, oh, you don't fool me. I know what you're doing. My husband, so do I. Fuck off. I'm just sitting there, imagining all the ways I'm gonna rock his world tonight. Well, Karen huffed at that, spun around, and yanked her kid back inside to go complain to the employee working the register nearby. Now, we already paid for items. The employee had come out and scanned the bags earlier, and he could easily see the cart from inside. So he finished, we pushed the cart out of the garden center into the parking lot. And then the automatic doors open behind us, and I hear, now they're stealing! Just great. We load the soil in the cart and turn around to bring the cart back and look at the plants. By the time we get back, Karen has given up on trying to convince the employee we're Bonnie and Clyde of dirt and is now trying to negotiate skipping somebody in the line. She has a child, you see, in a handbasket. Well, it's just so full and heavy. Could she please just scooch right on in here real quick? It'll just be an extra second, she swears. The woman Karen is trying to skip is young, maybe college age, and wearing a face mask. Not a medical mask, but the stretchy kind you'll wear when you ride a motorcycle or when you're skiing. My husband has just informed me it's a net gator. The mask is black and it has a scary wolf teeth on it that honestly made the girl look like somebody you should not fuck with, even though she was wearing a GAP t-shirt and flip-flops. Mask girl is just shaking her head no, and that's all I got as we dropped off the cart. I browse, pick up a couple plants, and we head inside to wait in line. Now it's showtime. Karen and the mask girl are near the register facing off, no pun intended. From the looks of things, mask girl finished her purchase and Karen stopped her before she could leave. I don't know if she grabbed her or anything, but Karen was still holding her full handbasket, so she hadn't checked anything out yet. Well, she hadn't paid for her groceries yet, but clearly this woman had checked out. Karen, but you don't need it now, you're leaving. My son could get sick because you won't give it to him and he needs it. Mask girl, hell no, you can't have it. Back off, lady. Karen, but my son really likes it, and it's obviously made for boys anyway. Why would you even want to wear something so scary? Mask girl, because I like it, and it has my germs on it. Why would you put a stranger's mask on your kid? Karen, ugh, why are you being so rude? You wouldn't just let us go through the checkout first, and now you're making my son very upset. Mask girl, your problem, not mine. And then Mask Girl turns to leave while Kellen manifests the biggest balls ever and grabs Mask Girl by the back of her mask. Let me take a side note here. When all this is going down, we're all just standing in line and watching. The register is still going boop, boop, boop as the employee scans items, but otherwise we are all just inside this hypnotic bubble. But when Karen reached out towards Mask Girl, it was like the bubble popped and everything made crystal clear. Not slow-mo or anything, but I absolutely felt hyper-aware. Like Spider-Man. Karen reaches out, people on both sides of me inhale loudly. Karen grabs his mask and yanks. A lady on my right yells, and my husband steps forward, so getting late tonight. Mask Girl tucks her head down, and she turns to Karen like a pissed-off bull with a bright and shiny new target. I think Karen was going to say something like, don't walk away from me, or something, but all she got out was, don't clack. I looked around because the noise was so loud I figured the roof was about to cave in. But out of the corner of my eye, I see Karen spasm and drop on the floor, writhing. You see, little Miss Mask Girl had a fucking taser. I don't know when she pulled it out. This tiny little flashlight looking thing. But she laid Karen out with it. And not one of us moved for what felt like forever. Like we were frozen. And then it was a fucking bedlam. Security guard shows up, more employees show up. Maskell is chilling like she's been through this before and knows what comes next. The kid is screaming that the wolf girl killed his mom, even though she's groaning and sobbing on the floor, and clearly not dead, but maybe wishing she was. The people that had been in line with us were all talking at once, trying to tell the security guard what happened. We hung around just witnessing the insanity for maybe 2 minutes before Karen started choking out demands for an ambulance, the police, a lawyer, the mayor, restitution, and reparations. My husband made eye contact with an employee and got a thumbs up when he put plants on our shelf and pointed towards the door. And we got the fuck out of there. We drove home in silence till my husband parked the car in our driveway, and then we just burst out laughing. Neither of us have ever seen anything like before. We live in a small beach town. People are super laid back and mellow. Karen was anything but, and I hope to never see her again. Karen deserved it. End of discussion. End of case closed, whatever the fuck you want to say. She deserved it. You don't grab people's mask, which during 2020, which I'm probably going to guess story was based around, is a big no-no. Especially if it's a gator. I love gators. Here's what they look like. Gators are fucking amazing. So if the story didn't describe it well, that's what it looks like. So yeah, no, they're cool looking and amazing. And again, you don't grab their mask. And if you get tased for assault, by the way, mind you, don't start crying on the ground asking for a lawyer, the police, the mayor. The mayor? Yeah, I'm glad you got out of there, OP, and I really hope that you don't have to run into that bitch again. Anyway, guys, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you have to do whatever the shit you have to do, and have a nice day. Bye.